Yali Nation? Welcome again to another Yali Startup Academy. Now this is especially for the participants of the Yali East Africa Regional Center in partnership with Chicos BBQ, Africa Film Center, and the Yali RLC Alumni Directorate. So in today's podcast, we're going to be talking about your customer. And this, I'm talking to those of you who already have a customer. You already have a business, you already have a product, and you have people who are paying for your product. Now, most of us, when we went to school or when we were doing entrepreneurship programs or watching videos, there's one thing that they always tell you. Who is your ideal customer? Know your customer. Know your ideal customer. Now, the challenge with that definition is that you're always looking for how can I get the people I want, right? So you have a product, you have a service. Maybe let's say you're like myself, you have a barbecue and you're looking for people who, one, love barbecue, who love to eat, who love to travel, who are adventurous, who are online, because we're an online barbecue. So we're looking for people who are connected online, who are already in foodie groups, and who love to eat and who can afford the products that we're selling, and also who are in our geography. But there's a problem with the idea of your ideal customer. Your ideal customer comes from your perspective, so the perspective of your product. So you say, okay, I have a product, I have a service, and then you start thinking, who are the people who will need this product or service? Those are your ideal customers. And we'll teach you a tool that is called the empathy map, whereas you map out all the thoughts, all the feelings, what they see, what they hear, what they say, what they do, and also what are their fears and what are their aspirations of these customers, so that you can get to know them better. You can empathize with them. It's like putting yourself in their shoes so that you can get to know them. But then there's a problem. You're defining your ideal customer. So you're looking for this person who fits for your product. But if your product is good, and your service is good, and you, let's say you're the product, maybe you're a consultant or a doctor or a physician or a lawyer. So you yourself, you sell very well the service that you're doing. You're going to have people start buying from you. And some of these people are going to be amongst your ideal customers, and others are not going to be amongst your ideal customers. What I want to teach you today is not so much when you're a young entrepreneur, you don't need to focus so much on your ideal customers. You need to focus more on your lead customers. Your lead customers are the customers who are happy with what you're already offering them, even though it's not the best service that you're giving. So let's say you're a young entrepreneur. Let's say you have a restaurant, right? And you also want to improve your menu, but you only have maybe 3 or 4 options. So you want to expand your menu. You want to make the time of delivery faster. So you want to be able to cook and deliver the meals faster. You want to increase the quality. So you always want to give the best quality. You always want to give the best customer service. But you're a startup. You're a young company. So maybe you don't have the best team at the moment. You have maybe hired your cousin or your uncle or someone who just got out of a cooking school. And maybe you don't have the best equipment in your kitchen. Maybe you can't cook as fast as you would want to. And also maybe you don't have a delivery vehicle. You don't have something to get it there quicker to the customers. Maybe you don't have a budget for marketing, so you can't reach as many people as you want. So then your ideal customer, you're saying, my ideal customer, I want the upper middle class. I want people who have a lot of money to spend. I want people who love fancy food, people who are themselves leaders of opinion. However, the people who are already buying from you are maybe university students. Maybe university students love your product and they can afford it and they're buying it. So they're buying your product, they love your product, but you're not at the stage yet where you can deliver 100% perfectly for your ideal customer. So what do? Many entrepreneurs, what they do is they serve poorly the customers that they already have so that they can be able to acquire the customers that they want. That's a huge mistake. That's why I want to flip this around. I want you to focus on your lead customers. Your lead customers are people who are already buying from you, even though your product or service is not perfect. Now, these people may be people who, they may not have as much income as you want. They may not be the clients you think will take you to the next level or who you think will give you, the biggest breakthrough. However, if you focus on those lead customers and you satisfy them 100%, 200%, 300%, what will happen is you will move with those customers. Some of those customers will become your ideal customers. Some of those customers know your ideal customers. Some of those customers were your ideal customers. So they're the ones who are going to start advocating because they already love what you're doing. They love it the way it is. They would want it to be better, but they're okay with it the way it is at the moment. It doesn't mean that you stay complacent, that you say, okay, since I'm already having these people who love my product, who love my service, and my service is not the best, maybe it's not even like, at average, but it's what I can do at the moment, but they're already buying, take care of those customers. I'll give you an example. My wife and I have a luxury event design company. Our company, called Linens and Decor, exists to reflect God's creative nature by creating natural and elegant products and designs that make our clients happy. So our ideal clients used to be wealthy individuals, wealthy families, corporations, and big clients, people who want to wow their guests, people who want to organize, a wedding where they don't calculate the budget. They say, I want the best of the best. Now this is what happened. Our ideal customers were there. However, our lead customers were other event designers who were coming to us because I have to note this. We are the first and the only creators of the Party Pergola. The Party Pergola is a wooden tent, the first movable, waterproof wooden tent for elegant outdoor events, right? So because we're the only ones who manufacture and hire this product out, every single planner who's doing luxury events in Kenya and in East Africa comes to us. And they say, well, since you're the only ones who have them, we want to come to you so that we can hire them from you. So our ideal customers were the clients themselves, because if we have the clients themselves, we can offer them the whole event. Not only the tents, not only the setup, not only the linen, we can offer them everything, the chairs, the cutlery, everything that they need for the event. However, most of our revenue was coming from other event designers who were hired by these same customers so that they can do their events, but these customers wanted the pergola on their event, in their event. But they didn't just want the pergola, they wanted a mix of the pergola and some other luxury tents that already exist in the market. Now think about this. We want our ideal customers to come to us directly, but we already have a lot of demand from lead customers who are other event designers who are getting business from these customers. And at first, our idea was, how do we then make sure that these customers know that we're the ones doing the pergolas? Rather than thinking of what is it that these customers are really looking for, which is at the end of the day, they want to be happy, they want to wow their guests, right? And that's also why we exist. But our focus was more on how do we acquire the customers we want, rather than how do we take care of the ones that we already have and who are coming to us from the ones that we want. So what did we decide to do? We decided to shift it around, just as the same way I want you to shift around the way you look at your business. We decided to sponsor and to support these lead customers that we have, these other event planners, event designers, make them, improve our relationship with them, so deepen the friendship, share with them more opportunities, and ask them, what do you think we could do better? What do you think we can improve? What would you like for us to do even more than before? And each of them would give us ideas that we would implement, which would enable our business to grow. So now our focus is not so much on acquiring the ideal customers because we already have them. They're coming through someone else. And we don't need to spend all that marketing money trying to acquire them. But we have a constant flow of income that comes from the tents and the event design that come with it, because our lead customers are also seeing that we can offer them even more. And because we now have a catering company through Chicos BBQ, they're also enabling us to offer catering plus the event design. You see? So the idea is for you to shift from your ideal customer to focus on your lead customer. The lead customer is the one who's already buying from you the way you are running. They don't care about your product being perfect. For them, it's not, it has to be perfect, it has to be perfect, it has to be perfect. No, they like you the way it's already going. So it means, can you find a way to make them feel as if they're your ideal customers? Can you find a way to take the people who are already buying your product, who are already buying your service, who are already calling you to tell you what they want from you, from your company? How can you look at those people and then define a persona of that group of individuals and focus on them as well? Knowing that if you are a young entrepreneur and you're not making sales, it's either you have a horrible product, you have a terrible product, either you're not a very good salesman or whoever's selling your product is a horrible salesman, or maybe you're selling to the wrong people. There's not enough people who know about your business or your product. However, even if you have a horrible product, there's always someone who's willing to buy because they're curious to try it out. If you're out there in the market. If you're out there in the market, marketing your product, getting feedback from consumers, getting feedback from customers, getting feedback from partners, getting feedback from suppliers, you will find people who will tell you, yes, this product is good, but you should improve this, you should improve that. And I always say, the most successful entrepreneurs are the ones who assume they know nothing. They're always out there trying to find information that will confirm or infirm their own thoughts. So they always go out there thinking, I don't have all the answers, I don't have all the solutions, so what can I do to be able to improve? Now I'll give you another example on my own business, Chicos BBQ. When we started this business, everybody said it's impossible to do an online barbecue. And we talked to a lot of people, they said, no, food is a physical experience. You cannot just have a restaurant where you're just going, you're just ordering online, you never go to a physical space. And we said, okay, why don't we test this hypothesis? Why don't we test to see if it's actually true that people will never buy from an unknown restaurant that they've never seen anywhere, they never went to a physical space, they only saw it online, will they buy from it? And so what did we do? We created a Facebook page. And we didn't even create a website, we just created a Facebook page and an Instagram page. And we also had that in mind, who's our ideal customer? And we said our ideal customer would be Anita, who is a 28-year-old young woman professional who is working and who earns an income, and she wants to come home and she comes home, she finds her kitchen is dirty and she doesn't want to cook. So she's gonna call for a healthy, tasty, juicy, fall off the bone meal of barbecue from Chicos BBQ. So we thought that was our ideal customer. So we went out there, we created our page, and we started doing advertising. And luckily, what happened, we had our friends, the people we knew, who said, wow, this looks so good. And I also took it to the center where already a lot of the participants who were in my classes, they got to taste, that was the sampling. But prior, I had done a lot of sampling, so that's a smart way of doing it. You put your product in people's mouths or in their hands to have them experience with it. So during the sampling, people had already bought the sauces, so that enabled me to see who are the people who are buying the sauces. During the sampling, I also saw the people who are willing to order. But once we launched the barbecue, we just made a flyer on WhatsApp, and some of you who are watching know because I shared it with you on WhatsApp. And people started saying, wow, this is juicy, this is tender, I want to order. And I said, yeah, you can order. And they ordered. While they're ordering, others were calling and saying, where is your location? No, we don't have a location, we're online barbecue. Like, okay, we'll call you. The first people who tasted it, without us even asking them, they went and gave us reviews, 5-star reviews on Facebook. And they described exactly what was their experience. Right after that, what happened was that every single other person that we reached on Facebook, because we were doing some Facebook ads, we did some very good designs, and we were really saying we're not, just like you say, you see here, we don't sell food, we share love. That's our philosophy. We don't sell food, we share love. And that's what we were telling people. It's all about love, it's all about love, it's all about love. And people started calling just by looking at the reviews from other people who we knew and who we had, interacted with and who had started buying. And after 3-4 months, we sat down and we were like, oh, so who is our customer? Who's our customer? We started out with Anita, but it seems like, who are the people ordering? So we went back and looked at all the data we had collected. All the people who had called, we were asking them, what's your name? So we would take the name. Who are you eating with? Are you eating with, your husband, your boyfriend, your friends, or your family? So we had an idea of the people who are calling. And when we looked at those people, you know what we found? We found that most of the people who are calling were either in couples, so it was a man and a woman who were making the orders. Either they were in a group of family or they were a group of friends, right? And then we also found that most of the orders were coming during weekends. So from Friday to Sunday. And also what we found that most of the people were ordering combos when they would get the meat, the soda, and the free delivery. That's when many of the orders were coming in. So we found, oh, look, our ideal customer was a young woman who doesn't want to cook and we replace her kitchen. Or a mother who doesn't want to cook and we replace her kitchen, right? Or a young man who's coming home from work, he's tired, he doesn't want to cook, we replace their kitchen. But we found people were actually buying our meals to share them in groups with their family, their lovers, and their friends. Exactly as we were telling them, share the love, they were actually sharing the love. So we said, you know what? We closed the restaurant from Monday to Friday, because by then we had a very small kitchen. We were operating out of a place where, we just had to coordinate and dance around so that we can get things done. We didn't have a vehicle to deliver. Our meals were always like an hour 30, 2 hours before they get there. But these people were still ordering, and they were patient. And they loved the interaction that we were having with them. They loved the conversations we would have with them. They loved the fact that we would call them back. They loved the fact that we would send them love letters, and they'll take pictures of those love letters and they'll post them on social media. So we started telling them, please share with us photos. We love photos. Please share with us. And so what happened is we focused on our lead customers. By focusing on our lead customers, what happened? Our lead customers became our advocates. Those are the same people who are now coming to our venue. We've created a new venue in Tigoni where we host barbecue events on the weekend, all you can meet. These are the same people now who, because of what they had been sharing, other people are now, anything we post, other people buy into it. So what this has taught me as an entrepreneur, because even myself, I've trained a lot of you and I've said, who's your ideal customer? Find your ideal customer. Build your business around your ideal customer. But then that's your ideal business, right? But you're not in your ideal business. At the moment, you're in your business, and your business is not at the point where you can say it's perfect if you're a young entrepreneur. And even when you go public, your business is never perfect. So what I found is that the best way to succeed is to focus on those who are already there and those who love what you're already doing without the fact that you haven't optimized it to the best. We want to be able to improve the time of delivery. We want to be able to go from online to brick and mortar. We want to be one of the most engaging and interactive online and offline food businesses on the face of the planet. But what can help us do that is because we already found a way to create an emotional connection with people that have never seen us, they've never greeted us, they never met us. And now we're going a step further where my team, I'm training them on personal branding so that even their own image on social media can reflect what we do in the company. Why do I want to do that? Because I understand that in the digital world in which we are, the consumers may not see you physically, but they can go and look up your name because they know our name, they know my name, they know who I am, they go on my profile and I'm sure they check it out. So it means that they can do the same when they interact with one of my team, one of my employees. So I have to train my employees so that they can improve their brand online, knowing that the customer is never going to see them physically, but the customer is going to go and do some research on them to see who's this great individual I've spoken with on the phone, who understands me better than my husband or my wife even understands me. So we've gone now to a place where we do catering events, and it's the same thing. We observe the people who have chosen us to do catering events for them. And we've seen that a lot of them come from the work that we did with the fact that we already had an event company. So the contacts we have there who now know we're doing barbecue and barbecue catering are offering us jobs to do barbecue catering for them for their birthdays or their wedding. But also it comes from the people who have heard us and how we have interacted with people during the events that we've done. So you see, you always have to observe the people who are already there. It's not so much about the ones that you want, it's about the ones who are there. Thank you for watching this podcast. This is again the Yali East Africa Startup Academy, sponsored and powered by Chicos BBQ with African Film Center. We're very grateful to this team media who is doing an amazing job with us so that you can be able to capture this in a very emotive way. And we thank the team at the Yali Regional Leadership Center for also giving us the opportunity to do this to improve you along your leadership journey. So we have our contacts, you have our hashtags, you have our channel. Subscribe so that whenever there's new content, you can get it into your inbox and you can improve your business. Thank you for watching. I wish you the best. Focus on your lead customers. And you see, like I did, if you want a t-shirt like this, just let us know. We'll ship it to you with your company's mission, and we'll brand it in a way that when you wear it, you'll remember that you need to think about your lead customers. Thank you again for watching. Take care.